What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like the Fever president just let the cat out the bag about feeling this.
We're down in numbers, but we're looking at adding another player for a replacement player to help us with our numbers and try to get people healthy and try to get a full roster back together. I mean, games are still coming, so it's going to be an adjustment.
Fever President Kelly Krauskopf just made headlines, and it wasn't with a cat meme. She dropped a bold comment about Caitlin Clark's injury that has the WNBA's drama levels soaring. Did she throw some shade, spill some tea, or just forget her filter? Whatever the case, her statement is spreading like wildfire, faster than Clark's crossover move. You definitely need to see the clip to believe it. This unexpected remark has everyone talking and adding fuel to the already intense season's fire.
So yeah, Caitlin, left quad strain, happened in the game. She's now out for, it says 2 weeks. She's missing however many games in those next couple weeks. Some of those games, the one against the Mystics was moved to Baltimore, a larger arena. The one against the Sky moved to the United Center, a larger arena.
First of all, WNBA was awesome before Caitlin got here, and it's been awesome for a really long time. They're probably going to go, and yes, they might be a little disappointed that they don't see Caitlin play, but they're probably going to go and like get an amazing game and then be like, oh wow, this is awesome. I love the WNBA.
The only thing that really stood out, to be honest, was there was one quote in one of the front office sports articles. It's unclear whether the teams will provide any compensation for fans who bought tickets to their game.
Even if the team is at full strength, you can't ignore Kathy Engelbert's unique approach to officiating the WNBA. It's like she's auditioning to replace Simon Cowell on America's Got Talent, except instead of judging singers, she's determining whether body slams in the paint qualify as good hustle. Honestly, Caitlin Clark could be run over by a steamroller right in front of 3 referees, and Engelbert would issue a statement calling it robust defense. Her way of managing calls keeps fans questioning if she's serious or just adding a little extra flair to the game.
But we have a good group, we have good depth, thankfully, so that should help us.
Yeah. Are you hoping to have that player before Tuesday's game?
We're hoping, yeah.
All right.
Have you ever been through any circumstances this early into the season and stuff, where you're battling 3-4 down? Like, how unique is it?
Remember, I don't, probably, but I mean, because, the WNBA, the roster sizes are so much smaller. So when you get down to the 11-player roster and you lose 3 players like that, now you've got to add a quick player to your roster. So, it's something that you just deal with being in this.
Has Kelly Krauskopf addressed this officiating chaos? Because if not, it's starting to feel like the Fever front office is running a covert operation, like a secret escape room with clues scattered everywhere. There's little to no communication, leaving fans and players guessing what's really going on. The only clear outcome seems to be watching the Liberty celebrate yet another championship while the team remains in the dark. The silence is deafening, and fans are left wondering if transparency will ever arrive or if the team is simply trapped in an unspoken game they can't escape from.
Much like Tyrese Halliburton, she gets you the ball in places that you didn't even know you were open. I see so many similarities in Caitlin and Tyrese, primarily because they control the tempo of the game. And we want to play almost identical to the way the Pacers are playing, or maybe they want to play like we're playing. But either way, it's, finding those right fits around a point guard like her is going to make us awfully dangerous. And I'm looking forward to that challenge because, you're looking for the right types of players that...
Imagine this. The Fever assemble their dream team. Caitlin Clark's ankles are finally back in action, Aaliyah Boston is rediscovering her joy, and Nalisa Smith's knees are as strong as ever. They're healthy, focused, and primed to compete. Just 2 minutes into the game, Clark is called for exuding too much confidence while near Sabrina Ionescu. Foul number 1. It's a baffling start, setting the tone for an officiating pattern that seems more about game psychology than fairness. The team's readiness is overshadowed by questionable calls, leaving fans and players wondering if fairness has taken a backseat to theatrics.
Not being in a rhythm after Friday's game. What do you do with all of these injuries and potentially bringing someone in to try to get into some semblance of a rhythm?
I think the simplifying hopefully helps that. Giving them just a couple of things that we can focus on. And we continue to really rep over the last 2 days on both ends of the floor. Knowing that some players are going to be playing out of position and freeing them up to stay aggressive and just play. That's the fun, challenging part of the coaching situation is still putting them in positions to be successful while
Let's be honest, the Liberty are poised to win it all again. Not solely because they're an unstoppable force, though yes, they're stacked like a Jenga tower glued with performance-enhancing substances, but because they seem to enjoy a special kind of referee immunity no other team in the league can claim. Ionescu could probably punch someone, swipe their knee pads, wear them as a fashion statement, and the refs would still hand her a free throw for being innovative on defense. Meanwhile, if Clark merely plants her feet, she's flagged for a war crime. The fans? They're starting to see the pattern. The realization that the WNBA might be officiated by confused interns from a law school improv team hits harder than Caitlin's deep-range shots. Fans are now compiling their own foul reels on TikTok, complete with slow-motion shots, dramatic piano music, and captions like, "Clark's arm was just surgically removed. No foul." And the recurring excuse, "Oh, the Fever just don't play defense?" That's almost laughable. It's like walking into a crime scene, seeing the victim, and blaming them for not dodging the knife. The level of gaslighting is astonishing. It's a professional-grade distraction from the glaring officiating inconsistencies that cast a shadow over the game.
Injuries are a part of it. Again, I get it. It sucks. If you bought a ticket to see somebody and they're hurt, I get it. That is like a big bummer. But no, you would never say that about men's sports. If LeBron was out or Steph Curry or the big names were out for a couple weeks, they would never be like, "Oh, we're going to reimburse you guys. Sorry about that." Now you're just not taking the WNBA as a business. You're not seeing it as a business. So I'm like, yeah, she's hurt. It sucks. And the league will continue to go on.
Don't get it twisted. New York is undeniably good. Like, unfairly good. Their bench could probably sweep half the league in a best-of-7 series. But it's hard to take the game seriously when the rules seem to bend only for one side of the court. It's almost like the WNBA took home court advantage and declared it a legal doctrine, selectively enforced. Honestly, it's exhausting. Fever fans are just trying to enjoy a rebuild that's finally showing signs of life. Caitlin Clark jersey sales are skyrocketing, the arena's filling up again, and Indiana hasn't felt this electric since Peyton Manning was launching footballs into orbit. And what do they get in return? Foul trouble by the 3rd minute, and referees acting like they're watching the game through a fog machine. Meanwhile, Kathy Engelbert sits in a luxury suite, sipping LaCroix, pretending not to notice the chaos unfolding on the court. At this point, Kelly Krauskopf needs to channel her inner WWE heel, throw a chair, call Kathy by her middle name, quote, "Mean Girls," or do something dramatic. Because if she doesn't start flexing her influence off the court, Fever players will be stuck throwing their hands up in frustration, more confused than celebratory, wondering, how is that not a foul? It's a frustrating, unfair circus, and someone needs to take control before the game becomes a farce.
We know Caitlin Clark was lost yesterday to an injury for at least 2 weeks. Now, the thing about it is they're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks. And, of course, man, these teams, I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games like the Chicago Sky to the, United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is.
And you know what's the craziest part? If the roles were reversed. If Caitlin Clark were on the Liberty, receiving the royal treatment in a Disney fairy tale, you can bet Kathy Engelbert would be dispatching officiating memos like their invitations to the Oscars. Suddenly, every hand check would be a federal offense. ESPN would be running a 24-hour Justice for Caitlin ticker. I'm not exaggerating. This is a league where narratives influence policies faster than rule books get rewritten. So again, Kelly Krauskopf, we love the viral moments, we really do. But unless those viral clips include the words, "We demand a full investigation into why Caitlin Clark's arm is no longer attached," the Liberty will keep cruising through another postseason. Not necessarily because they're better, though let's be honest, they might be, but because the referees are acting like unpaid interns at a Globetrotters game, making calls based on who they favor that night. Fix it. Or at least call fouls on everyone equally. Is that too much to ask? The Fever without Caitlin Clark? It's like a pizza without cheese. Sure, it's still pizza, but what's the point? Watching Indiana try to run offense without her is like witnessing a slow-motion car crash, except instead of metal crunching, it's missed layups echoing through the arena like a sad trombone. Wide open threes clanging off the rim as if they're playing a twisted game of dunk or miss. Layups so badly missed you wonder if gravity took a day off. Offensive sets move at the speed of a sloth on tranquilizers, making the entire game feel like a frustrating, disjointed mess.
Turns out she's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts.
Caitlin Clark is the turbo boost that propels a team otherwise stuck in neutral. She's not just the spark plug, she's the entire fireworks display, lighting up the court every time she dribbles past half court. Without her, the Fever look like a group of well-meaning tourists wandering through a maze without a map, GPS, or even a friendly minotaur to guide them. It's painfully obvious that without Cece leading the way, the offense shifts from a carefully crafted symphony to more of a garage band fumbling through Wonderwall. And it's not just the pace. The entire team seems to lose its confidence, as if someone pulled the batteries from their walkie-talkies during a crucial timeout. Passes become hesitant, cuts turn cautious, and the vibe shifts from "let's win this" to what are we supposed to do again? The stark difference between Fever with and without Clark is so dramatic it could come with a before and after commercial soundtrack. Cue the intense violin swell for the without Caitlin's. Watching her absence on the court is like witnessing a game lose all its energy and purpose, leaving everyone wondering how to even keep up.
The financial impact of Caitlin Clark on the WNBA is worth close to $1 billion. So when we have been on here telling you that she is the needle mover, she is the box office attraction, she is the game changer, she is her. We're not just making it up. We're not just making up a story to tell you. I don't have the energy to make up stories. I give you information. And when I tell you she is all those things, and you tell me, well, no, she's not, well, I have the data to back it up.
It's a prime example of how one player can be the vital heartbeat of a team. Without Caitlin Clark, the Fever's offense feels like a Netflix series that's lost its star midway through season 1. Suddenly, viewers are left questioning why they're still invested. And if you believe this is just a temporary team adjusting, think again. It's akin to switching from a triple hot espresso to lukewarm decaf. The energy dissipates faster than you can say fast break. Her absence isn't only felt in the scoring, it's in the chaos she brings. Those ankle-breaking crossovers, no-look passes that leave defenders spinning like they're on a tilt-a-whirl, and that infectious enthusiasm that makes even casual fans stop and pay attention. This situation underscores a harsh reality about the league's broader appeal. While marketing may emphasize star power and team depth, Caitlin Clark exemplifies why fans are drawn to the game. When she's on the floor, the atmosphere is electric. Highlight reels dominate social media feeds, and the excitement is palpable. Conversely, when she's off the court, the games tend to slow down, and even the most dedicated fans find themselves glancing at their phones or thinking about dinner plans. Clark's presence isn't just about her scoring ability. It's about the energy, unpredictability, and star power that elevate the league's appeal and make the game truly thrilling to watch.
Just shed some light on when this injury actually occurred. And do you have any idea how serious is this?
Well, Malika, what we've been told so far by the team is that this is actually an injury that was separate from the quad tightness issue, as Caitlin Clark described it earlier in the preseason, that she dealt with before. So it's a little bit of interesting situation given that it was the same leg, but the team is saying it is actually a new injury. We did see that after she missed that first preseason contest with that quad issue, she returned and played in the rest of the preseason, even though she was limited at some points during practice. She obviously played during the regular season, these last 4 games, including 38 minutes the other day against the New York Liberty when she played and closed out the game.
This isn't to suggest the Fever are finished without Caitlin Clark, but it definitely feels like they're auditioning for a slow-motion documentary on how to survive basketball games without a star. You can sense the team's efforts to rally, but it's like watching a relay race, where the baton keeps dropping at every exchange. The offense stalls, the defense struggles, and the crowd's energy drops below room temperature. The unfortunate truth? This just highlights how incredibly valuable Clark is, not only to the Fever, but to the entire WNBA universe. She's the kind of player who makes fans want to block out their evenings for games, who generates those "did you see that" moments that spread like wildfire on social media and water cooler conversations alike. She's the MVP in every sense. Most valuable player, most viral performer, and perhaps the most nearly perfect human highlight reel in basketball today. So yes, the Fever might have a roster full of talented players, but without Clark, it's like a band missing their lead guitarist during the encore. The rest are trying to hold the line, but without that star power, the game just doesn't feel the same. The offense becomes sluggish, the crowd grows restless, and even the announcers sound like they're reciting lines from a script written by someone who's never actually watched a basketball game. Clark's presence isn't just about points. It's about the spark, the chaos, and the star quality that make the league exciting and worth watching.
Black and white sports supporters, well, I think this pretty much closes the book on its Me Too. They're tuning in for Me Too. Oh, the WNBA's not going to like that. Oh, those Angel Reese trolls online that are trying to come for me and other YouTube channels, y'all aren't going to like this. Good. Too bad. I mean, it's more statistical proof, data, to confirm exactly what we've been saying, that Caitlin Clark is driving this whole ship, this whole bus. She's driving it. Everybody else, get in the back.
Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's the heartbeat that keeps the Fever's rhythm fast and the WNBA's spotlight shining brightly. Without her, the team's game feels less like an exhilarating roller coaster and more like a slow Sunday drive through a town filled with nothing but stop signs and speed bumps. If the Fever hope to be competitive, exciting, and engaging, they better hope Caitlin Clark's recovery from injury moves faster than a fast break, because until she returns, the Fever look like they're moving through molasses, and that's a highlight reel no fan wants to see. Sometimes, simplicity really is king. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to score points. Just give the ball to your MVP, Caitlin Clark, and let her do her thing. Instead, offenses have become so complicated they'd make a NASA engineer weep. Set the screen, run the pick, fake the crossover, then, wait, what was I supposed to do next? It's like trying to assemble IKEA furniture without instructions. Sure, you might get there eventually, but it's a chaotic mess. Clark's presence is a reminder that sometimes less is more. And the game's true magic happens when you let the stars shine.
Let the media know and let everybody else know that's trying to push this agenda as a big deal. We don't care. We never cared. Matter of fact, we don't even care about her skin color or what she looks like. Only thing we care about when it comes to Caitlin Clark is her conduct on the basketball court. We care about the fact that she is a hero to so many young ladies, and the reason why is because when she should have given up a long time ago, she never did. She was the one that kept getting up after everybody pushed her down. She was the one that showed that she was a good basketball player despite what the other girls were saying. She is the type of person that encourages other girls to follow their...
Meanwhile, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are out here acting like they've discovered cheat codes to the WNBA. 3 wins already in the bag, looking confident and unstoppable, while the Fever are stuck at a modest 2 wins. That's right, fewer wins than the Sky. The team that, honestly, no one expected to be this competitive so early in the season. The Fever, who were supposed to be soaring high, are now barely keeping pace with a team that might be plotting world domination during their downtime. So, what's the lesson here? Maybe it's time to stop tinkering with what's working. Let the point guard run the show. Keep the offense straightforward enough that even a confused squirrel could follow it. Because if they keep overcomplicating things, the Fever risk turning into the Sky's unofficial cheer squad. And honestly, nobody really wants that, except maybe Kathy Engelbert, who'd probably start handing out fouls like participation trophies just to make the game more interesting. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.